second session of Tahara and Impurity and Najasa. In the last class, we studied or reviewed the pillars of wudu, just you counted them, and also the sunan of wudu. Today, inshallah, we'll talk about the types of water that we can make wudu and ghusl, and we'll go to wudu and ghusl, inshallah. Hopefully, we'll finish that today. Okay, so when we purify ourselves, we need to use water, right? And if we don't have water, what we do?
We sand.
We use
Tayammum.
sand as tayammum, as a symbolic thing, right? So it is a symbolic thing to do. Anyone can remind us with the tayammum? How we do with tayammum?
Hands
Yeah,
and just the face.
you strike on dirt, and it should be dirt, real dirt that has, like it's better to have some dust even. So natural dirt, that if it has dust, that would be perfect. So you strike and you remove any, like dirt that is in your hand. Then you wipe over your face, right? Then you strike another time and you do your arms.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Uh, it is a symbolic thing. It is symbolic, like wiping over the socks if somebody is wearing socks. So it is a symbolic thing more than actual washing. Okay, now if you have water, alhamdulillah, now in the US we have water that is available. But in case something happens, which is possible still in your houses, or in the future, Allah knows what will happen. So what kind of water that we can make wudu with, and what water we cannot wudu with? Bismillah. So what are
The
the
ones we can make with wudu with is tahir and mutahhir.
So the first type is tahir and mutahhir, which is pure and purifying. This is the first type. So we have four types of water, and the first one of them is tahir and mutahhir, pure and purifying. And that is the plain water. It's not mixed with anything, right? What you have in your the faucet. Okay. Can you give me other examples? Natural resources. So we have now opened the faucet and at home, but usually
Okay.
that water comes from.
Oceans, you could say.
Okay, yeah, oceans. Although it has salt, right? But it will be fine because it is natural. Okay. So water of the ocean and
Rain, snow, hail.
Moving stream,
snow. Okay, and
moving stream, river.
okay, rivers and streams. What if there are some a little bit of dirt and leaves and algae in a lake or in a river?
That's normal.
Will that be tolerated?
Yes.
Yes, because it is natural. So when they are natural, then it will be fine. Okay. So as long as nobody intentionally is adding them in nature, so it will be fine. It has some dirt or some salt, some water. Even they have some minerals and what you call it. Yes, sometimes they have even the minerals have some smells. What they call it, الكبريت. So they have, yeah, sometimes like natural minerals. So that will be fine, or algae or something. So you can make wudu in natural or plain water. Number two,
Hail.
no, now second type of category of water. So the first one, pure and purifying. Number two.
إما مستعمل وقت ظاهر هي.
So what we call it?
طاهر لا يطهر.
Yes, so it is pure, but it is not purifying. So still it is pure. You can use it to wash your clean your house. You can use it to do anything, give it to animals. So it is pure, it is not najis, and but it is not purifying. So pure, but not purifying. Give me an example of that.
Like when mixed with water.
Okay, so water that has cologne mixed with cologne. They added to it something.
Or it's used like by someone else. Like
Or something that, yes, water that is used by someone. So after making wudu or after doing the ghusl of janaba, the water that runs over your limbs, you cannot use it to make another wudu. You cannot use it again. So it is pure still, but you cannot use it again to make wudu. Uh, like I saw one time a kid who's making wudu, just one time he puts his hand under the faucet, then he washes his face, He's doing like his arms and his feet, and his hair, all of that in one shot,
Wow.
you know. So number one, there are what mistakes he's committing. Number one, is he washing or he is wiping?
Wiping.
He's wiping. You remember what we said about washing? Washing, the water should run, right?
Yeah.
Should run over the lamb, over your body. So the water should flow. This is washing. When we say washing the face, washing the arms. And what we do, we wipe over the head, right? We wipe over the head. So you are not allowed to dump water and make it, run. So just wiping over the head. So that is masih, all right? But washing. So this, kid, he was not doing the washing. He was just doing, wiping. And number two, the water that is in his hand, he's using it multiple times. So he's using it for his face, and what is left and what was touched by the face, he's doing it for his arm, right?
Yeah.
So maybe the water is pure, but it's not purifying. Does that make sense? So you cannot use the water again. Somebody took a bath. Alhamdulillah, we don't have a problem now, but think about Muslims around the world, and in the future, Allah knows what will happen, but He expects that they might have lack of or scarcity in water. So water that is used for wudu and purifying najasa, you can use it for other things. You can even use it to cook or clean or anything, but not to make wudu. So this is the second type or category of water. Pure but not purifying.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one pure and purifying. The second one pure but not purifying. Or it is mixed. It is mixed with cologne. It is mixed with something falls in it. Something falls in it. For example, detergent or something, one of these chemicals that you have at home, falls in a bucket of water and it has a strong smell. Not just one drop. One drop, it will be fine, just something amount. But something big, a huge amount, then it is pure. You can use it to clean the house, but you cannot use it to purify other things. Okay, so this is the second category. What is the third category of water?
نجس.
No, no.
Okay,
غير طاهر.
it can, okay. So it is, okay, so you can say najis, water that is najis, impure. So it is not pure. You cannot make for wudu. You cannot even drink, unless if there is necessity to drink. I mean, but in regular condition you should not. And that water is, why it is impure? Because something najasa falls in it. Okay, najasa falls in it, so it changes it, and it changes one of the three characteristics. What are the characteristics of smell or
Taste.
taste or
change of color.
Or change of color. Like
or
see.
color?
Or taste.
Smell or taste or color. So if something najasa impurity falls in water and changes its main features, then you are not allowed to do it. Some countries dump their sewer water, dirty water of the city, they dump it in the sea. I guess one time they announced in San Diego, because the water of the sea was mixed with some sewer that is coming from other countries, I think, or from San Diego itself. So they stopped the swimming. So we said water of the ocean, you can make wudu with it because natural water, right? The ocean. But now when it has bad smell, or you can see in the color is changing, or the taste, if it happens that somebody hopefully not is tasting it, then it is impure. It is najis, and you cannot make wudu in it, but with that water. Okay. But what if the najasa is very tiny? Is it tolerated and overlooked in Islam?
Yes. Based on that.
Yes. So it happens that many ships in the sea, unfortunately, they dump their sewer in the water, okay? But because the ocean is huge and the impurity, the najasa is small, then when it disappears, when you put in the water, it disappears, and no smell, no color, no taste. So although there is najasa in it, but this is very tiny, and you can still make wudu with that water, okay? But if you have a small amount, 60 gallons or less, small amount, so any bucket at home, even one drop of urine or impurity that falls in it, because it is a small amount, below 2 قلة. Then traditionally in the hadith, النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إذا بلغ الماء القلتين لم يحمل الخبث. If the water reaches the 2 قلة, all containers, which is 60 gallons, now it doesn't carry impurity. So if it is below that and a drop of urine comes inside it, or najasa, then you don't make wudu in it, even if the color or taste or smell doesn't change. Okay. So the exception is huge amount, like the ocean. In Islam, would tolerate it. But a small amount, no, you should not make wudu with a small amount. If just one drop or something amount, a small amount comes in it, you should not make wudu with it.
How about swimming pool water?
Oh, it's a swimming pool. Like imagine big swimming pool and
No, don't
unfortunately,
they put chemicals in it?
yeah, they put chemical, but still, this is good question because still you call it water, right? Although they add you like chlorine or something to purify it, still they call it water, right? And the although you smell a little bit of it, but not so much because they keep cleaning around it, like all of that, to kill the bacteria. But still, it is considered like water. And why we say it is allowed to use it if it is mixed with other chemicals a little bit. When the daughter of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam died, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised the ladies. He said, wash his daughter Zainab, and add in the last wash, kafur. So the kafur is some perfume to add to the water and to wash, the body of the person who is dead. So when there is that a little bit of what you call it, chemical or cologne or perfume to be added, it will be fine, but not to change completely. You say, what's that? Is it water or so? And if that happens, then it's not allowed to use the water to purify. You can use it for other things, wash the house or wash something. It will be fine. So let us review. Oh, the last category. We did not go to the last category. The last category is very rare. It is a pure, but it is disliked to use. Pure, but disliked to use. Like any water that might irritate your skin or something. So in the old days, they would warm up water by putting them in a brass or copper containers and put them under the sun. And some scholars say that will cause leprosy, al-baras. So scholars say if there is something that possible to harm you, although it is pure, but you should not use to purify yourself. Okay. So 4 categories of water. Number 1, what is it? Pure and purifying. Number 2,
طاهر لا يطهر.
yeah. So the second one, pure but not purifying. Okay. Third one,
نجس.
najis. Fourth one,
disliked water.
pure but disliked because it might irritate the skin or cause any disease. Okay. Sounds good?
Yep.
Any questions so far? Okay. What are the things that break your wudu? Well, we mentioned the etiquette of wudu and the sunnah of wudu. So what are the things that break your wudu? Yes.
Using the restroom.
So using the bathroom. So specifically because scholars want to be specified. And there is no harm in Islam to learn the Islamic etiquette, okay? Rasulullah ﷺ taught Muslims sometimes some details that maybe some people they will be shy. One time a lady called me and she was confused about one of the hadith. It happened that Rasulullah ﷺ was a judge. There was a case and he was investigating a case. And she said, how Rasulullah would talk about these details. And I told her he was not throwing jokes or cracking jokes about this topic. He was a judge and there was a crime. So he was investigating, the crime. So he would talk about, the details. Now in the purity, also Rasulullah ﷺ would talk about some details, even Aisha, his wife, and other teachers. You'll find it in books, the etiquette of the bathroom, and if this happens, and if you notice this discharge, and this comes, and all of that. Scholars, talk about that because it is a part of the deen. And Rasulullah ﷺ praises the women of Al-Ansar because their modesty and haya did not prevent them from learning Islam. رحم الله النساء الأنصار لم يمنعهن الحياء من تعلم التفقه في الدين. لم يمنعهن. So the haya and the modesty and shyness did not prevent them, was not a barrier for them to learn Islam. So that means they would sometimes ask Rasulullah ﷺ private questions or ask his wife Aisha to educate themselves. Now this is the context of educational, okay? The context of education, it will be fine. We're not talking about outside somebody cracking jokes or something. So for educational purpose, it will be fun. Like sometimes you studied in school and they will tell you about like some of the birth and pregnancy and all of that for educational context, so it will be fine for educational purposes. Okay, so when they say things that break the wudu, they say anything that comes from the front or the back of the human, from the private parts. Anything that comes from the front or the back of the private parts. Any discharge, anything, urine, defecate, gas, anything. Even blood for women bleeding, the menstruation also breaks the wudu, and for men, sperms coming out of them, ejaculation, also that breaks the wudu. But it requires in both cases, the last two cases, it requires some ghusl. It requires, the ghusl. Okay, so what comes from the front or the back of the person? What else? What breaks the wudu?
Passing gas.
Oh, we said anything that comes front
Yeah.
or the back.
Uh, Bleeding in general, like, or sleeping deeply.
Sleeping deeply breaks or invalidates the wudu. Sleeping deeply. And when we say deeply, and the lower back, the buttock of a person is not firmly sitting on something. So if you are sitting like that now on a chair, you're sitting on a chair now, and it is firm and it is difficult. Some scholars say it must be flat. Some of them said should not have cushions, underneath you, something very solid. So it is very difficult for you, even if you sleep like that, to pass any gas. In that case, your wudu will continue even if somebody sleeps. And there is a narration that some of the Sahaba, they were farmers, people of Medina, they were farmers. So they would be waiting for Salat al-Isha, and some of them, their heads, this is the narration, لَتَخْفِقَ رُؤُوسُهُم, some of their heads will fill. Then when the Iqamah is called, they will get up and do Salah without making wudu. This is the narration. ولا يتوضأوا تخفق رؤوسهم يناموا حتى تخفق رؤوسهم ثم إذا نودي يقيم الصلاة قاموا ولم يتوضأوا. So they would wake up. Scholars say then, because it is impossible for someone to release gas while he's in that situation, and everybody knows himself and his body, like that. So if you are sure that no gas is coming out, it will be fine. And there is a hadith also, al-istu wika'u saha. Al-istu wika'u saha. The lower buttock is the control of the gas, the control of the wudu. Okay, so this is second about sleep. What if somebody's laying down and half asleep? Would that break wudu or not? It happens. Somebody's exhausted and half asleep, not fully asleep and not fully awake. Would that break the wudu or not? What do you think?
No.
What do you think?
Depends.
It depends. Okay. So this is what the scholars say. If somebody has a sleep, imagine that you are sleeping beside your family. They are talking, or your friends. They are talking. You listen to them and you hear them, but you are not 100% understanding or focusing. Okay? So you are kind of half asleep because you are conscious that they are talking. In that case, if something comes out of you, then you'll feel it. Okay? So because you have some consciousness, you are still half awake. So it doesn't work doesn't break your fasting. Your wudu. Doesn't break your wudu. The moment you fell asleep and you are disconnected from the people around you and you cannot hear them, even if it is a fraction of a second, even if it is a fraction of a second. So because you slept completely now, let us say you are disconnected from your surrounding, then that invalidates your wudu. See the difference? So if you are half and half and still you hear them, but you're not sure, they're in the background, they're talking, and you are half, then that doesn't break your wudu. But if you, for a second or more, completely disconnects, then you make wudu because that invalidates. Sounds good?
Yes.
So we call it deep sleeping. So deep sleeping, and not while you are sitting firmly. Okay, understand? So if you deep sleep and you are not sitting firmly, then that invalidates or breaks your wudu. What else? Okay, what else? What breaks the wudu? What if somebody falls unconscious or has a surgery anesthesia completely? Will that break the wudu?
Tasya.
Yes, yeah, it breaks the wudu. Falling unconscious completely, anesthesia medically or something happens to somebody, that breaks the wudu. It's better to when you wake up to make wudu. It is obligatory to make wudu when you pray, but it's better even to take a bath, a full bath. One of the etiquette is to take a bath if you are. Okay, what else? Touching a woman who is a stranger to you, somebody who's a stranger, somebody's walking and by mistake touches the hand of a woman by mistake. We don't expect a Muslim or a woman to touch a man, but if it happens, then you make wudu. That invalidates your wudu. Touching a woman that is not mahram. Now, a husband and his wife, someone and his aunt, auntie, uncle, and just salam, all of that doesn't break the wudu. Woman and the wife, some scholars said yes. It is also among the things that break the wudu if somebody touches his wife, even by mistake like that. Give me, grab the key or the phone and touches, that breaks the wudu, according to some, but not all scholars. Okay, what else breaks the wudu?
Um,
Touching the private parts with the palm of the hand, front or back. Touching the private parts with the palm of the hand, not from the back. Okay, so if it happens that somebody's taking a bath, completing the bath completely, then touching the front and the back, exactly the front, genitalia or the anus outside from the front, this will break the fast. But if it is by mistake drying out and touches the hand like that, it doesn't break the wudu. Okay, so touching from the palm of the hand, the private parts. Okay,
mm,
we mentioned menstruation for ladies, for women bleeding, the monthly cycle, that breaks for sure the wudu, and it breaks the fasting, it breaks the salah. And again, you remember what I mentioned earlier? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam praised the women of Al-Ansar for shyness did not prevent them from learning Islam. Even if a girl is fasting the whole day of Ramadan, then monthly cycle starts in the evening, then that breaks her fasting, even if it is lost half an hour or so. Uh, and intercourse, of course, touching private parts also breaks the fasting, and also to breaks the wudu. Okay, question for you. Some people feel shy to ask this question. What if somebody has doubts but is not sure? Somebody feels while he or she is praying that maybe I passed some gas, or I made wudu and I left the bathroom, but maybe there is some leak a little bit, but I'm not sure. Will that break the wudu or not?
no,
Doubts, some doubts.
no, it won't.
It doesn't. And that's correct answer. Don't allow doubts to ruin your wudu, ruin your salah, ruin your life. You know that some people, even they ruin their life with these doubts. Shaitan, one of the attacks of the shaitan is doubts. Imagine if the trust between a husband and a wife is destroyed. The house, all of it will collapse, right? If he's not trusting his wife, or the wife is not trusting her husband. So don't allow shaitan to come and throw the doubts. He might come, to people, making them doubts in their salah, that, oh, you passed something, or, oh, you made wudu, but there is, some leak. Or coming in their salah, you did not recite Fatiha properly, or you did not say Allahu Akbar properly, or you did not do tashahud properly. Then that will increase. The shaitan will take advantage and will increase in other things. Someone told me that his father, when he goes to the bathroom, he spends a long period of time, always having doubts that he leaked or something. Then he goes again and he cleans himself. Then before he leaves, the bathroom, still he's in the bathroom. Then he still has some doubts. Then he still has some doubts, and he cleans and he washes and cleans and washes and cleans and washes. He spends forever in the bathroom. Is it a position that Allah would love people to be in the bathroom? It's not, right? So don't allow doubts to take over. Let me teach you this rule, and it will help you, inshallah, in your life. اليقين لا يزول بالشك. اليقين لا يزول بالشك. Certainty, if you are sure about something, certainty is not nullified by doubts. Certainty, yaqeen, is not nullified or is not broken or is not cancelled out by shak, by doubts, by uncertainty. Okay, certainty is very strong, should not be nullified or cancelled out by uncertainty. Do you agree? Okay, let us apply it. Let us apply it. Somebody is sure that he left the bathroom after cleaning himself. So he finished, he answered the call of nature, he cleansed himself very well, then he left. Then Shaitan came to him and says, oh, maybe you have some leak and there is some wetness there and there. Now he is sure that he made cleanse himself, but what Shaitan brought of these thoughts are doubts. Which one he should follow? The doubts or the certainty? Certainty. Just keep going. And one of the etiquette that Rasulullah taught is sprinkle some water. So after you cleanse yourself, if somebody has doubts, not obligatory in everyone, if somebody has doubts, just put some water in your hand and your underwear, just sprinkle some water, then put on your underwear. So later on, if somebody feels that there is some wetness, they say, oh, it is the water that I sprinkled. This is not a leak or something. Okay? Don't allow Shaitan to play games with you. There was someone overseas in our masjid who would pray behind the Imam, and always he doubts that he's saying the Salah properly. When he says Allahu Akbar, the Imam says Allahu Akbar, and people say Allahu Akbar. He said Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah. He keeps repeating. He doubts that the first takbir was not good. And in the Salah, for example, in the Tashahhud, the Imam reciting Tashahhud and people recite Tashahhud, almost done with Tashahhud, and he is still التحيات 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 لله. Then until he gets satisfied, then التحيات لله وصلوات وطيبات سلام. Then the Imam gets confused. The Imam told him that to pray behind me. May Allah make it easy for him. I'm not sure if he's still alive or he's dead. But don't allow doubts to come into your house or yourself. Understand this?
Yes.
Understand this? It ruined houses. It started with Tahara, continued with Salah, continued doubting family, continue even people doubting their own faith. Okay? Don't allow Shaitan to play the game of doubt. Okay? So put an end for it. Certainty should not be nullified or taken away by doubts. Another example, one of the Sahaba said, Allah's Messenger, when I start my Salah, I have a feeling that I pass some wind. Did Rasulullah say, go and make wudu? Now he has the doubt. What was the advice? Do you remember?
Just keep praying.
Keep on praying until
حتى
تسمع صوتا أو تجد ريحا. Until you hear something or you smell something. So just having doubts and feeling, oh, maybe I passed some wind or something, don't allow it to happen. Don't allow Shaitan to take over. Just keep going in your Salah unless you are sure, until you are sure. If you hear the sound or if you smell something. Sounds good? Okay, another example that many of us might encounter that in our life. You are in a park or somewhere and a dog comes near you. And the dog is sniffing and very close to you, and you felt it that it touched or almost touched your pants or your abaya or something. Will that break your wudu?
No, because you're not sure.
What is certain now, touching you or that your clothing are pure? Which one is more certain? You are sure that your clothing, because you wash them, right? You wash your clothing at home. So you wore your clothing while they are pure, right? Mm-hmm. Understand that? 100% your clothing are. Now where is the doubt is coming? Did the dog touch me or not? Did some of the saliva, some of the what you call it, snots come on my clothing or not? So that is doubt. So which one is stronger? Certainty that your clothing is stronger, clean, or the doubts that maybe the dog saliva or liquids come on you? Certainty. Understand that?
Yes.
Any questions so far? So what is the rule? Can you repeat the rule?
Certainty is stronger than doubt.
Okay, certainty, yaqeen, should not be nullified or broken down by doubts. Sounds good?
Yes.
If you understand this, inshallah, it will help you in your life, avoid much troubles. Okay? Oh, another thing, the opposite. I'll flip it around. Somebody remembered that he went to the bathroom, but he was not sure. Did I make wudu after that or not? Which one is stronger now?
Okay.
He's sure that he went to the bathroom, but I'm not sure. Did I make wudu or not? What should he do?
You should
Qawlu
do
wudu.
wudu.
You make wudu. Why? Which one is stronger?
The certainty.
Certainty is going to the bathroom. Okay? So he's sure that I went to the bathroom. But he has doubt that did I make wudu or not? So you stick to the certainty. Don't leave the certainty. Stick to the certainty if you have the doubts. You make wudu in that case. Sounds good?
Yes.
Everyone? Okay. Let us move on. When ghusl is obligatory. Talked about when wudu is needed. Now when ghusl is obligatory. Full bath. Ghusl is full bath. With the intention. With intention. So just jumping in the sea and swimming or in a swimming pool or taking a bath to cool or to cleanse yourself, you need the niyyah for ghusl. Okay? So when ghusl, which is Islamic ritual, continue. You know that ghusl continued to be in Quraysh even at the time of Rasulullah.
Yes.
So over time, over generations, the people of Mecca, because they are descendants of Sayyidina Ibrahim and Ismail, right? They are descendants of Sayyidina Ismail. So over generations, they missed wudu. It's gone. They forgot wudu. And they forgot salah. They forgot many things. Okay? They continue to circle around the Kaaba. They have idol worshippers. But one of the things that they did not forget, continue over generations, ghusl. Ghusl continued in Quraysh. Even when Rasulullah became a prophet, still they observe that when you want to do something purified, then you do the ghusl. So what are the things that make ghusl obligatory?
You get puberty.
Okay, so reaching usually all of them are by the age of puberty when somebody becomes an adult and older. For boys, when they have wet dream or discharge sperms from their private parts, women also discharge or monthly cycle bleeding. So that is the age of puberty. Maximum is 15. So maximum in Islam 15. So it happens from usually girls younger faster than boys, 12 maybe even 11 and 10 all the way to 15. Everybody should be considered by 15 as an adult. Okay, so one of them is discharge of the private parts, the front, men or women, because the boys become men considered Islamically and girls become women Islamically, adults responsible for their acts. And everything that they will do from that moment on, they will be held accountable for it. If they are younger, then it's tolerated, but if they are older, then they might be held they will be held accountable. However, we teach our kids to have Islamic etiquette of salah and all of that and purity before that. But we mean you became an adult. So discharging sperms or monthly cycle and intercourse, complete intercourse, or even touching. And for women, after giving birth and after they finish their post-birth bleeding. Might happen. They say, scholars that might, a lady gives birth without bleeding. Anyhow, so she should take a bath after bleeding, after birth, even if there is no bleeding, or after the bleeding finishes. Maximum 40 days. There is something common also. What if somebody dies? Is it obligatory to give them a bath, right? So death also is one of the things that it becomes obligatory when somebody dies to give them the bath. So it is obligatory. Not on him, the person who's dead, cannot do anything, but on the community, they must give the person who dies a bath if they are able to. At the time of COVID, if you remember, just they put them in these bags and we bury them. Somebody said, let us wash them with a hose from outside. I said, Islamically, we are not obliged. You cannot do it. They are obliged. And if somebody dies and his corpse or his body is discovered after a while, so any time that the body is impossible to touch, or you are afraid that the body is not in the condition that you can wash it, then it is exempted from that. Okay, somebody died for a long time and the body started to decompose, then you don't make also shaheed, they are not washed. Shaheed, the battle, they are not washed. They stay with their blood. So on the Yom Al Qiyamah, their blood will have the smell of musk on the day of judgment. Okay, what are the two pillars of ghusl? Pillars of ghusl. To count it as a ghusl, not taking just a bath to cool down or cleanse you.
Niyyah and
Niyyah is important. So the two pillars of ghusl, number one is niyyah,
and
number
wash of the
two,
body.
wash all of the body. So the whole body should be covered by water. The water should run everywhere on the body. Okay? What are the two pillars of ghusl?
نية and
نية
washing of the
and
body.
covering the body. غمر الماء الجسم بالماء. So النية وغمر الجسم بالماء. You should take a bath. You should not spend hours. You should not spend hours. Quickly, you can cover yourself with water and just come out. Question for you. Which one purifies you or counts as a ghusl? Is it when you use shampoo or body wash or bar soap or the pure water?
Pure
Which
water.
one purifies you? You remember the four categories of water? Which one pure and purifying? Which one?
Well, the normal water, both.
You know when you rinse at the very end, that's what counts. Or if you rinse your body with water, pure water at the very beginning, that is the ghusl thing. Okay? So, and the advice is when you get in the shower, don't come inside like a bathtub or like what you call it, and go inside. Let the water run over the body. So stand under the shower and let the water, pure water, cover your body, or do it at the very end. That will be the Janabah Ghusl. If you want to add more before or after, and having the loaf and scrubbing and all of that, and now body wash and all of bar soap, all of that for cleanness, not for the Janabah. Okay, understand? What is purifying? Purifying is the water. Grab a chair and sit with them. Okay, let me add a tab here in my notes. Remember, we might have an evaluation for you guys. What counts is the pure water, not the bar soap or body wash. Got it?
Yep.
So what purifies you is the pure water. Okay? The pure water, which is expected because people use scrubby and body wash, then at the very end they rinse their body.
Yeah.
So that will count. So remember, that is the intention that I am doing. The intention finally when you wash your body, you cleanse yourself with the bar soap, then you say now it is the time for the ghusl. Then the final round, okay, for your body, that will be the ghusl. Sounds good? Any question? Okay. What are the etiquettes, minor acts of ghusl? So the major ones, intention and covering all of your body. Oh, I forgot to mention something. In our culture as Muslims, we don't have the culture of going inside a bathtub that is full of water. Will that count for you
No.
as ghusl? No. Why?
Because like you're basically swimming in your filth.
Swimming in your filth. Okay, so the water that touches your body the first time, it becomes what? Pure, but not purifying, right? So the moment you put your hand, now the water starts, or both hands, or your legs, or something, it wash because the water runs a little bit. Then what will happen? The entire water becomes what? No, it becomes what?
Not tahir. No.
Not mutahhar, not purifying. It is still pure, but not purifying. Do you understand that? So you need the water to run on you. And this is why in Islam we have the culture of shower, and the water rinsing and the water goes away. While in other cultures they have the bathtub and they get inside it and they cleanse themselves and scrub themselves, then after that they come out. Okay, well, they stay in the same water, you're not covering yourself. Okay? Unless if you want to do it, for fun or relaxing or whatever, massage or sauna or or whatever, you can do ghusl. For ghusl, you need to get into under the shower and cleanse your body. Sounds good? Okay, what are the etiquettes? The etiquettes?
To scrub.
To say Bismillah,
Okay.
right? To say Bismillah. What else?
Um,
Beginning
scrub.
from top bottom.
Okay, top to bottom. Okay, that's good. So we'll start with the head, then the right side. Okay, this is what Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam would do. All of them are sunnah. Number one, would start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, then cleaning the private parts. You can use the scrubby at that time. Cleaning the private parts, the front and back. Okay? Then washing the hands and making regular wudu. You can delay the feet to the very end. You make wudu. Then you start with the head, then right side. You come under the shower, with the right hand. Try to right side of your body. Even when somebody dies, we do the same. It's better, to clean when somebody dies. They start with the private, parts of the person. Make sure that he doesn't have anything. And one of the etiquette to sit him up. When the person is on a table or something, they sit him up, squeeze a little bit on the stomach. So if something comes out from the front or back, they clean it. They start with that. Okay, of course, they say Bismillah, then they start with that. Then they do the wudu. But they don't, put water inside his mouth, right? When you are alive, you put water and they put some water, on the finger, or they wear gloves, and they try to clean it instead of rinsing them out. So they do the wudu. Then they do the ghusl. The ghusl, they start with the head, and they make sure that the water doesn't come inside, they close it, and they wash, usually two people to help each other. So they wash the head and the face, closing them out so the water will not come inside. Then they try to do the right side of the body all the way to the feet. Right side, then they turn him over, then they wash the other side. Okay, so this is the ghusl, because we said it is obligatory. If somebody dies, then the ghusl becomes obligatory on them. Okay, so when you come into the shower, number one, you can hold your scrubby or whatever you want, and you clean the front, back, then make wudu, say Bismillah, of course in the beginning, make wudu, then maybe you can do the scrubby at that time, all of the body with the bar soap or body wash. Then at the very end, you wash the entire body. Okay, the feet can be delayed from the wudu to the very end. There is something important to remember in the wudu. Also, wash your mouth and nose. Okay, wash your mouth and nose. Why? In wudu, it is sunnah. In wudu, washing the mouth and nose, we mentioned it is sunnah. But in ghusl, every part of your body that is exposed should be washed. And scholars say that includes the mouth and the nose. As Rasulullah would always do that. Okay? Remember also, if you don't have infection, or something, that the wrinkles of your body, the folded skins of the body, to make sure that the water reaches every part, okay? Like around your ears, the wrinkles and the curvy side of the ears, under the arm, between the leg. Make sure that the water is reaching every part or portion of the body. Okay? Don't exaggerate and become excessive. One of the Sahaba, Abdullah ibn Umar, he would even wash his eyes and make sure that even water coming inside affected his vision even at all day, because he wanted even to inside his eyes, like he was so much doing it, trying to cover his body completely. Don't be excessive in these things, but make sure that all of the body is covered with the. For ladies, make sure that the water reaches the skin of your scalp when you take the Ghusul of Janabah. I'm not talking about regular bath, cooling down or cleansing the body. For the Janabah, you need to make sure that the water reaches the skull, your skin. Okay, so you have to, if it is necessary, if somebody has, if she has like braids and thick hair, then maybe you need to untie it to make sure that the water reaches the skull. Okay, and this is for the ghusl of janaba. Sounds good? Other ghusl, it will work without it. Okay, any questions so far? Okay. When ghusl is recommended, sunnah, not obligatory, is recommended. Ghusl, take a full bath. Taking a full bath. There is a tip. Any big gathering for Muslims together, take a full bath. Recommended, again, it's not obligatory. When Muslims get together, can you mention some of the situations when Muslims do not get together?
جمعة.
Salat al-Jum'ah, sunnah, and it is etiquette to take a bath before going. What else?
حرام.
When you go to Kaaba, around the Kaaba, you take a bath
مسجد.
before Umrah. Not every day, Salah.
عيد.
Salat al-Eid, you take a bath. This is one of the sunnah.
تراويح.
Not Tarawih. So running between Safa and Marwa, take a bath. When you throw the pebbles,
أوكي حج شيخ غلط.
Hajj, you know, what else? Muzdalifah, take a bath if you can. Around the Kaaba, okay. It is also etiquette if after losing, conscious, like somebody recovers from a surgery or something, being unconscious to take a bath. It is an etiquette. Okay. What else? Hajj and Umrah, I wanted to mention something related to that. Okay. وما إنساني إلا الشيطان أن أذكره. Okay, one of the etiquette also, yes, I remember. If somebody washes a dead person, if somebody dies, what will happen? It is obligatory to wash the person who is dying, right? And it's very beautiful in Islam that we wash the body. And if somebody is doing the ghusl washing, it is recommended to take a bath. Okay? Let us stop here, inshallah. جزاكم الله كل خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. See you inshallah next week. Continue with the najasat and the purity. Salam.